Um, what was the development cycle like in the 90s?
Oh,
You
God.
have to create all the tech, right? I mean, and you're really breaking new ground. Like just this idea of just, oh, we'll render something in 3D and then take screenshots of it. Like that's a pretty revolutionary idea, is it
It was
not?
different, and it was in order to maintain the amount of quality, the art quality that they were looking for that they couldn't do in real time. Um, it thankfully with the second one that I was working on with Exoddus, the engine was already in place, and even with this one, as I said, they were using the I think it was Demolition Man's engine, so they had something to begin with to at least drive their sprites and do all the basic functionality. Um, Exoddus was turned around in 9 months.
Really? That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
From start to ship was 9 months, full QA cycle, everything.
How did they do that? That's amazing.
The team really went above and beyond in their level of dedication and determination of what needed to get done to deliver the product, and the expectations were set clear and high, and everyone just absolutely killed themselves to meet it because they all believed in it. Everyone that worked there loved it as much as those that created it and owned it, and I think that's how you can achieve something like that.
And why 9 months? Was it just was
Demand.
that the plan? People wanted it, and it was just there's.
You want to hit while the iron's hot,
Yeah.
and the first one was really a huge hit and was going on and on with sales, and then I think got into the classic sale where it gets kind of reskinned and resold as a classic, and at around the time that was going to happen, if I recall, we would be able to get this out, which would be kind of a double up. And, obviously publishers and whatnot and their timelines and catalogs that they're trying to match. And we were working with GT Interactive at the time. And even that was a very unique experience that I've never seen again. Oddworld somehow was able to negotiate that the publisher who was paying for it, I believe, I'm not sure, I was obviously a junior, didn't have insight
Right.
into the financials, wasn't allowed in the building unless invited. They couldn't come in and check up. They couldn't do anything. They just had to
Wow.
wait for a milestone and accept the milestone. They had no oversight, no nothing. They had no control, no yes, no, nothing. Very, very unusual, and really demanded a lot of trust from them in order to do it. But Lauren and Sherry, to their word, delivered on the quality. So they earned it. Cool stuff.
Yeah. So as a level designer, are any of these your levels? Do you do later levels, or?
Again, I don't know if they carried any of the. Oh no, I don't know if they carried any of the second game levels in the new and tasty. In Exoddus, I did Boneworks, I did Fico Depot, I did a good number of the Soulstorm Brew, which is the final maps, as well as the initial mines. So honestly, about 50% of the levels I touch in some degree, which was really, really cool. The Possessing of a Fart was mine, and was added to the game. First time that a fart became a gameplay mechanic. I'm proud of that moment.
And a staple of the Oddworld series, you're falling through to Stranger and everything. It's been a pretty common game.
Yeah, it's pretty
Very
cool. It's pretty cool. So, yeah.
Your legacy lives on.
It's a weird claim to fame, but I'll take it. It's humorous. It's a good time. So.
What about ideas that got cut? Any?
Oh goodness.
Or those?
It's been almost 20
sequels?
years. That would be harder to get into. I will say that one of the big things that they were looking at the time, but was a technological kind of hurdle, was herding. Really, the Oddworld series, from my understanding, and again, I'm not trying to. I'm going to get a phone call from Lauren on this probably. He's going to smash me. It was a lot to do with industrial versus naturalized. Those that live off the land and care for the land versus those that are willing to rape and pillage the land.
Right.
And so there was a whole herding mechanic in Munch that was being looked at, and a lot of things with crane and machinery, and a lot of prototyping and R&D that went on. I remember Unreal, Epic Games coming in and showing us the very first iteration of the Unreal Engine for us to potentially use for
That's
much.
amazing.
And oh yeah, it was fantastic. So there's always piles of great ideas that just don't make it. Unfortunately, it's been so long, I can't remember them specifically. So, yeah, it's too bad. I'm sure there was some great ones.